Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to Chris with the C. Hope you're all doing well. Thank you very much for joining me today. Guys, Traxxas Sledge, absolutely awesome truck, and you know I like this truck, okay? It's been on the channel plenty, done tons to it, tons of upgrades, this, that, the other. But Garage Life RC has got in contact with us, and the reason being there are some quality of life upgrades that I think that are worth doing on this truck, and so does Tyson. So massive shout out to Tyson, you buddy, for sending the parts over. Now, there's not really a lot left to upgrade on this vehicle, but there's just some quality of life bits and bobs that I think, you know, if you're going to do it properly. And so I'm going to show you, okay? Now, with this truck, there's a few little caveats, I would say, to it. And I personally haven't had any issues, mind, I'll be straight with you here. But the one thing I will say is some of you guys in the comments have said it's a pain in the backside for you and it's worth doing. And look, if you look all over the internet, there is documentation where people are saying the same thing, all right? Now, the battery tray, me personally, I've spec'd my batteries and they fit in this battery tray, not a problem, okay? You see me run them, I run the cables kind of out the outside. Let's take the pins out. I quite like the quick release system, you know, I'm not gonna lie, but you put your cables out through the side here, your battery sits inside. Now when I connect this down, it is a little bit tight, all right? You know, not gonna lie. The only thing I will say is if I go to use a larger battery pack, and I do want to, because we're at a stage, you know, where the truck is reliable for me to run longer packs and not really have to worry about it. I don't have the option, all right, because of the way it's all mounted in. And so Tyson's come up with a few upgrades, all right? Now, the other thing that people tend to say that there's an issue with is the wing mount. Again, I haven't personally had an issue with mine, but they are known for snapping or creating force on this rear wing. And because the wing mount doesn't flex, the wing has to flex if you have a bad landing. Now, it's not as bad as the Creighton. The Creighton the wing is slightly higher. This is flush with the body. Obviously, you know, it doesn't seem to catch as bad. But if you land on the rear here, there's, you know, all this mount doesn't move at all. So again, he's got a wing mount for it. So in this video, we're going to replace the battery straps and also the wing mount. And I've got a few other little bits and bobs that I want to show you that he sent over for the purpose of review to look at. Now, guys, to let you know, Tyson is a small business. He's a very, as they would say in America, mum and pop business. Very friendly guy. He's also a dealer for Habao. He sells Team Corrali. He's very much a guy that goes out and tests all his parts before he puts a seal of approval on them. Now, everyone's circumstances are different when running these trucks, all right? Me personally, I probably don't stress them out as much. The things I tend to break are more differentials and stuff like that because of the rough ground and me going flat out across the ground. Now, when the car buckaroos sometimes by hitting a rock, the rear wing is definitely one that I feel is worth looking at. But Tyson will go out, he'll send them off ramps and he'll jump them and, you know, really does stress his parts. And then he takes the feedback from you guys, his testing, and then he puts a design in and basically changes things on a regular basis to make them as strong as they possibly can and uses good materials, guys. I think the best thing I can do here is take a sip of my coffee. We'll dive down, I'll show you the parts, and then we'll go over what we're going to upgrade. Now we're going to upgrade. How's that sound? I'll see you in a second. Right, guys, so these are the parts that Tyson has sent over for us to look at. Now, first of all, let's show you from top to bottom what we've gone with. He kindly sent over this Garage Life diff stand. Now, I mentioned this in previous videos, especially when I was doing the differentials on the Sledge. This is really handy. So you set your diff in there. Basically what you can do from there then is obviously top up your fluids. You can keep your screws and everything inside there. Really, really nicely printed, actually. And that's one thing to, you know, it is a theme here, okay? His print quality is absolutely out of this world. So this is for measurement of 13.5, so obviously your smaller armor differentials, that sort of thing will fit in there. I did have an issue with the drive cup on this one, obviously fitting in the Sledge, but then again, he has got them for different trucks. The other thing he sent over, okay, is a GPS holder. Now, as you know, Okay, I sometimes speed test or speed run my cars just to give you an idea. So what he comes up with this is for the Sky RC GNS GPS, and it actually comes with one of his straps. Now the straps, I love the quality of these. They're Kevlar, but they're really nicely made, as you can see. They've got a nice metal turnbuckle on the end and hold everything in place. Also, guys, as you can see here, this is the battery strap. This is what we're going to be changing over on the car, okay? So the idea is we're removing the solid battery strap, basically, to hold the battery in. And with this, with the adjustable one, again, with one of his really nice straps in there, the idea is you're going to have full sort of movement for the battery, e.g. a taller battery, that sort of thing. Now, spoiler alert, guys, this is actually for an X-Max, so I'm not going any further with that, but that is the same thing. And you've also got these shock guards, okay? So the idea is they go on the bottom of your shock perches, all right? So any debris coming towards your shock piston and, sorry, not shock piston, your, I can't even remember the word now. Basically, the rod coming through, and your springs and everything else is all protected. I can't think of the word. Never mind, there you go. The main one here is my wing mount, guys. So as you see, I've gone for a red. I am going with a red and blue theme all over the car. And the idea is eventually I will... But these flex brilliantly, all right? Because they're 3D printed, they allow some movement on the rear, and it will take a lot more impact than the standard plastics. Obviously, the quality of the printing is out of this world, and I'll take the parts out in a moment and show you. But yeah, really nice for him to send all those over. In today's video, though, we're going to be going with these two, and then in another video, again, spoiler alert, we will be adding these today. Let's go. Right, guys, so first things first, we are going to be getting rid of the battery strap, e.g. this solid strap that the Traxxas use. To do this, what you are going to need to do, though, is remove some of the screws out of the bottom. So I think what probably is best here, rather than me going through it all, is I'm going to just remove the tray, put the strap in, and then show you the difference, okay? I think it's probably best. Look, you guys don't want to sit around while I'm doing it to you. In the meantime, obviously play a nice little bit of music. You can chill out and watch me wrench. How's that? Guys, something to mention here, and I am going to need to report this back to Tyson. All right, so that was the strap that came with it. All right, now unfortunately it does look like that this strap is the wrong one he sent out with this. So if you look, okay, I'm feeding that through like so, but I can't actually get it to loop. All right, so it's, yeah, I don't know. So I have got a longer strap of his here. I'm going to give this a go a second. So as I mentioned, this came from the X-Max pack that he does. So let's just work it out now. I need to turn. And it might be that for some reason you haven't spotted it. So I will report that back to him. There you go. So the X-Max one actually works better. Let's give you a little bit more. Put the strap this way, like so. There you go. So that is now pretty sturdy. So what I'm going to do, I'll grab a battery a second. We'll try it. Okay, so got one of my 6S packs here, trying to hobby line. Now, the funny thing is, it is a bit tight, these batteries, to get in and out. Look at that. Perfect. So yeah, basically run my battery cable normally this way. That then Gets tucked in there like so. There you go, guys. Way better. And that ain't going anywhere. That ain't going anywhere. Now, I've followed the position for the battery for the way obviously these are reset backwards. So I've gone with that. But I'll be honest with you, I think really what you could do is set the arms forward. So I'm going to do that a second, come back to you in a second. And the funny thing is to mention, Tyson seems to agree as well, you guys. So as you can see, Garage Life RC rear. Now, if I follow the way, let's have a look. The Traxxas one actually lays backwards. So the way Tyson has designed it, instead of it laying backwards, and that's what initially I thought I'd done. So if you look, I've gone this way. But what Tyson is saying is go that way. All right, so yeah, that's my fault. Look, you know, I'm not gonna lie. Basically, I didn't see this on there. I'd be straight. I didn't have my glasses on at the time. But yeah, so that it doesn't go that way. It goes this way. I'm gonna change it all around now. Right, okay, guys. So as you can see, I have actually mounted it. So they are actually indicated on the printing, and if you see why, he's got the little inserts that go into the battery tray here. And also at the front. So what happens now is obviously when you mount your battery in, is the strap will come directly over the top of your battery. I am still using though, all right, and I will mention to Tyson that the battery strap that came with the kit didn't quite fit properly. So I've gone with this X-Max strap. It does give you a little bit extra length. I'm going to put the battery in and explain why now. So with the shorter strap, as you can see, it's all mounted in now. It's directly across the center of the battery. This is the X-Max strap, guys, okay? So if I tighten this down now, let me just show you. As you can see, there's not a lot of purchase going on there. You have to really tighten that down. So that is in there, that's tough. That's not going anywhere. But if I was to use the Sledge one that came with it, it's not going to be long enough. So this X-Max one seems to be that little bit longer, allowing you to grip onto the Velcro. But once it's in, it's in. You know, that's not going anywhere. But yeah, you really have to kind of wrench down on it a little bit. As you can see, it would be nice if they're a bit longer again, to be honest with you. I've followed the instructions. Everything is fine in the sense of front and rear. And then, let's get that battery down. No, I'm not using exceptionally large battery packs here. These are just soft case, 5,200 China Hobby lines. But if we could have the strap that maybe it comes down this way, just so you got a bit more to bite on. But yeah, I will obviously report that back to Tyson. But I don't think in any shape or form that's going to come out. And it is robust, guys. It's going to be a lot easier than using the Traxxas one. But yeah, I'm going to report that back. Right, so the new battery mount is all installed. Next up is we're going to fit this wing mount, okay? Now looking on it, it should be pretty easy to do. We got screw holes, e.g. this is going to be mounting towards the back. There's 2 screws at the top here and then 2 at the bottom, and then that's going to give me a bit of flex. But what I am going to do, rather than make you hang around a weight, is I'll remove this on a time lapse, and basically once it's fitted I'll report back and we'll go from there. See you in a sec. So just to show you the quality, guys, of the printing that Tyson does, Garage Life, is way better than anything else I've used. As you can see, the print marks in there are really nice. No nasty burrs. He's designed it really well. It comes with all the fixings, you know, the mountings, all you need. And it's actually going to be captured at the rear with these nylock nuts as well. And he also gives you this upgraded wing fastener as well. So let me just show you the Traxxas one. So obviously that's the Garage Life ones there. And then these are the Traxxas parts. So as you can see, they're pretty strong, I'm going to give it that, but they don't offer the flex that this one will. And obviously the wing mount is, well, it's horrendous actually, to be honest with you, because this does, as you can see, cut into the wing somewhat. So the idea is with the new one, that's going to sit down in there and obviously be a lot tougher. But yeah, much better. It gives you also nylock nuts at the bottom to mount your wing in here. So I'm going to now add this to the car. Big shout out to Tyson though for sending these over. I had a hell of an improvement. As you can look, see how stout that is at the rear. And then that's the Traxxas version. Okay, so yeah, I'm glad I'm doing this. I'm going to carry on fitting them to the car now, and then I'll come back to you in a second. Right guys, so we got the wing mount in. As you can see, I really like the mounting hardware. Now, one thing to mention, I was frying my little mind actually. I was assuming that it was going to be a 2.5 hex driver to actually attach it. It's not, guys. It's actually a 3mm. The screws are 3mm coming through, all right? So they are a lot stronger. And this is giving you an idea of the rear wing here. So it's a lot better mounted. Flexibility-wise, I can't say I'm noticing a massive difference here, straight up. The Creighton one flexed a lot more than this. But, yeah, I mean, an upgrade is an upgrade. And I do like the look of it, actually. That little bit of red has made me want to change a few bits up on the car. I'm thinking red here. And maybe get some red chalk caps because they're on the list. I do want to upgrade those because these are composite. They haven't failed on me yet, but I wanted to get them anyway. And maybe some of the red Traxxas stuff to go with some of the blue anodizing. But lovely job. Tyson's done a print in this. Really nice. It looks absolutely awesome. Right, guys, let's go heads up and we'll talk about it. But as I say, one thing to mention here, I am going to mention to Tyson about the battery strap. I did find that the one that came with it just didn't. I don't know what it is. When he's packaging the battery strap in there, he's added the wrong one. But this one from the X-Max battery strap seems to fit quite well. So, yeah, see you in a sec. Welcome back, guys. So, big shout out to Tyson from Garage Life RC. Guys, with his quality of life differences here. When I say upgrades, they are upgrades. So, in the sense of, it's going to be way easier. For example, get my batteries in and out of the car. There you go. And then tightening it back up, as you can see. Just make sure the battery strap is tidy there. Loop that over. Give it a tighten. There, done. And now, even though the tray system was quick, the problem is with that is obviously each battery is a different size. The wing mount. Funny thing is, as I mentioned, I did have an issue trying to get it back on. I was like, well, why is this not screwing in? Turns out there are 3mm hex heads in there. Because he pre-mounts the screws into the wing mount, I couldn't actually see inside. And to be honest, guys, I'm blind as a bat anyway. So I take my glasses off basically for certain things. And then most of the time I'm like this, having a look. But I want to say a massive shout out to Tyson though, honestly, for sending the parts over and supporting the channel the way he does, guys. There is a permanent link in the bottom of the video in the description. It's always in there, okay? If you want to go order some of his parts, please use that discount code. I don't get anything from it other than I'm trying to help a good guy out who does some awesome work within the RC community. If you're in the UK, there will be shipping charges, but Tyson is trying to work on that at the moment. Now, one thing I will say, guys, is he doesn't only just do the 3D printed parts. He does parts, as I mentioned, diff stands. He also sells Traxxas, I think you can get all the Traxxas, actually. Traxxas, Team Corrali, Habao, you know, he's an actual dealer for many different brands. And you can also get the parts and give you parts backup as well there. So, you know, is it a definite mom and pop business there, or mum and dad, as they say in the UK. It's a homegrown guy who's trying to make a difference and make a push to give a better quality service. And when you have someone who actually responds to your messages when you've got a problem, and also tries to change things going along the way, you know, that's a big difference for customers all around the world. Now, next up for the Sledge, I think, is I might do some color coding, e.g., you know, change over some of the plastics, because I'll be honest, like these, they haven't failed on me yet. Obviously, the rear guards for the arms, but I'm thinking just to freshen up the certain parts, maybe add some of the red Traxxas parts in. Tell me what you think in the description, guys, if you'd like to see that happening. Maybe, you know, just a little bit more. I don't think there's a great deal I need to do with this truck now. Thing to mention here as well, guys, as I mentioned, I made a mistake putting the battery straps in. Remember, on each side of the battery straps, there is that little bit of printing, one saying rear, one saying front. Make sure you follow that in, because when I put them in, I was like, well, that doesn't really make sense. It turns out it was me. But, you know, again, just a little bit of extra detail you added in there, just for you to realise, right, okay, that's the correct way. Till next time, guys, check the box for more videos, and thank you very much for watching. Stay awesome. I'll catch you later.